What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. So before we make our new set, though I am quite excited for it, let's bang out the two missions of this episode. We have Crimson Trace and then Transcendental Sword. And then after those, I will go through the process of building out a full set. So on to our first one. This one is pretty short. Short and sweet. There are some annoying enemies we gotta fight on this one. We're going to grab loot on the right. Head on over here for a soul stone. Right at the very start. We're going to talk to the dude and get the Nexus. Alright, now this is your first encounter with a Spectre Knight. These guys are mad annoying. You can only deal damage to them when they're corporeal. And I'm not going to make it over there in time for the crit. They're illusions. When you get hit by them, they will deal hallucination buildup. Man, they get messed up by Whirlwind. Oh my god. The guy took me like 4 attempts with the spear. Keep in mind, hallucination will reroute your controls, so it's very easy for you to end up just, running off a map. And as I mentioned, killing one of those while it is making you hallucinate we'll get you some goodies. So grab that. And then up ahead, we got an eyeball friend. Let's bring him on over. Taking a sweet time. We get prophecy number 2. Come on, buddy. Anytime now. Man, maybe ice just really messes them up. Revenant Devourer is reward for killing it without healing, which, obviously we got that pretty easily there as well. And we'll just, get them, get the soul tier.
That's all that's left here by the plate.
And get that soul stone. Oh, it latched onto me. Now we got one of those guys. Elite, elite, elite. Alright, Prophecy 2, Eyeball Elite. After Soul Tier, swing left for a Soul Tier and Jarling. Down the path for loot, big guy loot, Nexus. Oh, up here. Got ahead of myself with murdering elites. Alright. Soul Tier, Jarling. Then we got the loot. Got the big guy. We got more loot. And then we have the Nexus. And this fight is 2 back-to-back mutant spiders. The big ones that have all the limbs sticking out. Not a particularly hard fight, but, it can be an annoying one. depending on how well you're able to deal with stuff like that. Actually really liking water enhancer, since I'm not worried about timing as many specific attacks against. Damn, bro tried to get hyper armor, and I said no. Sit down, son. And down they go. I guess a pretty easy mission. It's actually not a bad choice for farming up Lacrima if that's something you're interested in. Go ahead and talk to him. Book. And then get the treasure chest and warp on out. Alright, Transcendental Sword. Let's get started. That one might take a fair chunk of time.
Fine. Now you are strong enough. Tell me.
Nope.
What do you desire?
There we go.
You require more.
I mean, it wouldn't have been terrible. It's just I've done health recovery every time. I don't want to suddenly change up now. Alright. Transcendental Sword. So for this mission, it's really going to be preference, but you're going to want on either Undead Hunters or the Coward's Lantern. There are a couple stealthies. There's also plenty of Undead, so go with your preference. I think the Undead are pretty sneaky here. I'll just put the Coward's Lantern on. So proceed ahead, and we're going to swing right for Nexus and Dude. Through his dialogue, rest up. And pop him off. We're going to go that way in a little bit, but we're going to clear some stuff in the other direction first. Grab the fire resistance elixir. Let's see. We want to avoid the plate floor and rush ahead for a stealthy. You can already see the footsteps. You know what? Screw it. Undead Hunters. Avoid the floor plate, watch out for stealthy and 2 more undead. Watch out for the ground plate and hit the chain on the bridge. It's going to get us the Lacrima. Hopefully you got some spirit. We want to hit this chain. And then right here, we want to hit this chain. And I somehow missed that one. That time we got it. Beautiful. Ooh. That's a death drop. Let's see. It's tempting, but you don't want to go that way. Instead, we're going to go this way. We're going to go up here. We're going to get that in a little bit, so don't worry about it for now. And then we're going to go down. Peekaboo. There's another floor plate in here, so just beware of that. Waken Conrad the Swift. Scroll the notes. Let's see. Ground plate, hit chain on the bridge, ladder to your left, kill twin dead, get the ghost twin blade, kill the archer, round the corner for an augment of wisdom, and head back towards the Nexus. So now we're going to go all the way back to that path that I originally skipped. Mission's actually really short when you know exactly where to go. Ooh. I'm going to go all the way to the right here. Break that wall. And then rush the undead. Now, before you drop down, get some damage into him. Come on, come this way. Being very hesitant. There's a couple undead here, so if I can't get him... That works out. Get the soul tear in the corner. 3 more undead, kill the great sword undead, then cross the bridge for the Nexus. And second. I want to confirm something real fast. Alright, we're good. So let's go ahead, upgrade some more. It's been a while since I've gone through this. Let's go ahead. Oh, yes. Upgrade stats. Oh, it's beautiful. That is very nice.
How did you lose the sword?
We started a war many years ago in the Netherworld. We lost. To stop the sword being taken, we sent it to the world.
I kind of want to get hallucination up. Seems like a good opportunity to do it. Oh, nope. There we go. A little bit tricky to pull that off. Not exactly a big fan of just letting shit hit me repeatedly, you know? It's very nice. Alright. We'll kill the Spectre, then we're going to go through... This is a false wall usually, but that'll get you Black Moon Rose. And there's a chest that we want to get up top. Alright, so we're going to continue around, and then there's some satyrs that we need to kill. I'm going to go ahead and hit this lever. Kill that dude, and then around the corner. And then, yes, gate and nexus. Was there anything back here? I don't think so.
The sword is near. We can almost feel it in our hands.
Right. So before we start doing any dropping, get rid of that asshole. Then we're going to go on over this way for an earth enhancer. Now, go here, and we want to drop. Be ready for like an ambush. No, not really an ambush. Just dropping one. Go. He's dead. Then we can drop down here. Get the warrior pants he dropped. Get the soul tier. Open this up. Getting him out of the picture makes things easier. Climb on up, and there's also a frost archer that you can now see over there. Let's get rid of both of them. Now we will cross. That's just the loot from a kill. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever giving up Whirlwind. This shit's too good now. And we swing around. Already killed you. Already killed you. Should be another shield guy. And then up ahead is a rapier guy guarding the Rush Stream set. Here it is, a whole zone and a half later, but spear users can finally craft their own Crush Stream set. Watch out for the plate right there. Get the Jarling in the corner. Eat ahead and avoid foreplate. Jarling in the corner. Head kill 2 more undead, then up the ladder.
What's going on? Raoul's skin's turned purple, and he killed his servant.
We're going to grab Hismar Conquest. And then once we're up, we'll snipe the Soul Stone when we're up on the bridge. And then we're actually going to run right past this guy, if we can. We got to hit this first. Thank you, iframes. Now you should be able to get this Nexus, because that guy is so big he struggles to get over here. But for those golems, you need to pump damage while they're exhausted. Reflecting on burst counters is going to be the best way to do it. And this is an excellent one that you can farm for the Codex entry. So we're just going to be going pure defensive. We go. I think it's beat him without healing, but reflections make it insanely easy to do. And honestly, like, practice on this guy, learn to reflect them now. They are one of the most obnoxious enemies, because the only time you can really damage them is after you've gotten through their stamina. They are basically impervious to damage otherwise. Like, you can pump and pump and pump and you're not hurting them. You get that stamina down and they drop. Yeah, use that one to get the stuff. Which is, I want to say it's an important one. Transmutation notes. Yes, that's one that lets us craft spirit ores, so definitely worthwhile. Now we got a mini boss and then the real boss. So the mini boss is like this chaos guy with a hammer. You could run chaos resist. You're probably not going to need it. Once you break his stamina, he falls pretty easily. And I would suggest resting up beforehand, because now we have a real boss, which is Elamane 2.0. Because the whole thing is, you gotta overcome your regrets.
You must overcome it.
Which, losing Elamane, waifu number 1. But we've obviously fought Elamane before. Nothing too crazy here. In terms of differences, it's very similar to Elamane. The biggest thing is she'll do some like ghostly teleports here and there, but it's not really that different. Otherwise, it's the same stuff you learned fighting Elamane the first time applies here. Did not mean to do that. I need a skill tree. Oh, stop it. Elamane, stop that. No, oh, I had it. Forgot to pick that skill point perk back up. Please, just let me get the perk. No! Oh my god, I was going so fast I picked the wrong one up. We just die. Oh, that's embarrassing. I almost had it. Forgot to pick up the enemies cannot break your stance. It's just because that cooks Elamane. She like Anytime she charges, you get a free reflect on her. Probably should have just fucking killed her, to be honest. I'm gonna get off one of those in the fight. Oh. Hello, man. Come on. Would you die already? There we go. So fussy.
The sword still outcast.
And with that, we are done. So, 28 minutes. I should have just killed her the first time. But either way, let's still go through the process of building a set, because we can slap it onto the tail end of the episode. That way, if you're not interested in knowing how to set build, don't worry about it. You're done. For everyone else, stay tuned. So, for building a set, first thing we're going to do is take off everything that we don't want anymore, which is, in this case, most of our gear. These two we're going to actually make as a higher level, and we're going to want our bloodthirsty dual wield, and we got a chest and gauntlets. I believe that was it. Bloodthirsty dual wield. Okay, so all we need is 2 pieces. We're going to go craft sets. These little dots. We need the leggings. We need the feet. And then we also are going to craft up Maybe I don't have the thing for the whirlwind boost yet. No, I do. Warrior. Picked up the fresh trooper's ring and a necklace of preparation. Right. Now, the freshly crafted stuff, that's all the way up at 113. So the next thing we're going to do is go to augment, and we're going to see if we can get this a little bit higher. So these are at 111, up to 111. But I don't have anything else that can get it up higher for the time being. So what I'm going to do is go over to him, craft. I'm going to do just an Imperial Soldier's dual wield. Just a very basic. And then I'm going to also make one that's purple. 113, and you'll see why in just a second. So going to augment it now. If I take this one, it's going to take me up to 112. And the pinks are going to be worth 2. So now I'll take the 113, and that's actually going to ramp me up to 114. Which I just want that for my weapon, because each stat on the weapon is just going to be, you know, more. With the cutie jar, let's go ahead and level that up as much as we can. And then with the chest that we already had, I'm going to also level that up a little bit. So the chest was at 110. This will put me up to 112. And then I want to get up to 113. And then I'll use one of these to put up to 115. Everything else is probably good. No, you were 11. So go up to 113. We're going to do a purple to get it to 12. And then that to get it to 114. And then these are freshly crafted, so I don't think there's... Oh, no, there is. Put you up at 115 as well. Get you up to 114. And that can't go any higher. All right. So without crafting more shit, we are basically where we want to be with our gear. You know, it's as high level as it's going to get for the time being. That's what I want. I'm also going to remove the lock, mainly because that just irritates me seeing that icon. So everything else for now, we're just going to dismantle it. We're going to dismantle. We have plenty of those. And so now we have a full Bloodthirsty Fiend set and a full Trooper's Ring. So now the next thing we got to do is take a look at our stats. We can see our weight is all the way down at C agility, which we do not want C agility. C agility is going to be a very bad time. So the first thing we'll do is primeval regression orb. We're going to see how much strength I need to be at B agility. Ideally, I like being at A, but I can get by at B. Now keep in mind, we're also going to get some weight from vitality. So let's get vitality up to where we want it first, which is going to be up at 60. We're going to take our endurance up to, we'll go to 50 for the time being. And then let's see. Right there, 22. Now, one thing to consider is this is where the helm potentially comes in. If I, like when I get up to the all Jarling helm, if I were to go for the strength version, then I only need to put 2 points into my strength. So if I put 2 points, if I have it at 12, I'm going to get 10 points from the helmet. That's going to put me up at B agility. Just out of curiosity, let's see what we would need to hit for, we'll keep that at 60. Let's see how many points in strength we would need to get to A agility, which is probably not going to be worth it. Cool. All the way up at 69. So B agility, quite frankly, it's just going to be out of reach. That would be something that would be a consideration in like New Game Plus. Instead, we'll go 22 for the time being. Endurance, we're going to cut back on that a little bit. We'll go say 45. And then I'd like to get my willpower back up to around 30 where it was at. So we'll actually pull even more out of that. Yeah, that's good. All right, so now we are right on the threshold for B agility. We have our full armor set. The bonus we get from this is Gale Doom. So we want to go to the skill tree, make sure that we are taking this and equipping it on. Consume 4 spirit to enter a temporary state of doom, become stronger, being in the doom state. Enhances swift attacks and attacking the enemy after taking damage recovers a portion of health lost. Since it's going to enhance the swift attacks, this is probably going to work fantastic with my current whirlwind set. So that's fine. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on a particular button. That's going to be one of my new go-tos. I'll pop that in a fight and then just pump damage from there. But we still want to customize all of our various fixes on the gear, because that's going to be what allows this set to really come and really flow together. So now we go over to change attribute. Multiplayer damage is good. Enraged, if I remember, enraged is when I'm at half stamina or less. I'm going to change that. Swift attack up. Attack damage 43 is nice. We'll get rid of guard stamina damage for 4.3. And then this, I can get up to a 4.6 or as little as a 1.8. So that's probably in a good spot. So we'll keep that where it's at. All right. Let's reroll both of those. Okay, with max stamina. Stamina recovery. Looks good. Stamina, let me see. I don't think there's any offensive ones on the chest we can get. Max stamina, max health, stamina recovery. Another good one would just be defense. I don't usually go for like frontal, unscathed. I mean, frontal is decent, but I'd rather have raw stats over damage received. And same looking at the head. Let me see what else. But we can get damage increase on the head. Now, since our health is already looking good, we're going to reroll health and see if we can... It's weird. It's just... You want more health, bro? Charged attack, stamina damage, max health, 4% damage increase. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. This one's done. Over here, we got attack damage on it already. Brutal attack and potent blow. Not a big fan of those two. Let's try and reroll those. Damage multiplier increase. Not the best. That could be at 4.6, but I'm low on lacrima, so I'm just going to save that for the time being. Same with stamina recovery. I'd rather have just raw damage increase, but I'm getting low on lacrima, so let's come back. Stamina recovery, max stamina. Let's try and get either defense or max health. Boom, max health. On the shoes, we already got stamina recovery. I'd like to get a damage multiplier increase on these. Damage multiplier increase, or possibly... No, yeah, just that really. Stamina damage increase is decent. We can still get damage multiplier increase. But I'm running out here. I got 10 more rolls. So we'll just keep stamina for the time being. Over here, recovery. Let's reroll these two. All right, that looks good for the time being. Damage increase, stamina recovery, and then frontal assault attack damage. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So at this point, the build is set. There are a couple stats that I'd like to tweak further. Ideally, I'd want to try and get better than a 2.6 damage multiplier, and I'd like to get something that's more damage oriented on these two as well as things, because you can do a lot of stuff on the rings. I could just roll raw attack damage on the rings, which I probably would, but given the lack of lacrima for the time being, we'll keep that right where we're at. So we're at B agility. Our stats are still looking good, more strength than I would like, but we'll probably offset that later by just using the strength helms that I only need 2 in strength, and I can focus primarily on willpower since I'll get more stats out of that. And the set's looking good. It's got a proper level, it's got proper stats, and that's basically how you put together a build. So I know it was the quick and dirty, but yeah, there's not really a lot to it. You just craft the gear, level it up so it's going to last you a good while, and then find the stats that you want. Either way, we're closing things out here, and I'll catch y'all next time as we continue.